Hey, Kayla, can you pass me host control? Thank you kindly. Howdy, Jordan.
Hi.
Jesse is a bit delayed today in an ALC meeting, so I'm kind of starting things off today if we get enough people to do something.
Okay. If not a lot of people get on the call, are you just not going to do it?
Well, I still can if you'd like.
It honestly doesn't matter to me.
Okay, because designs is the topic today about it. Were you in on Heather's design class yesterday?
No.
Okay. Have you done anything in designs yet?
No. I'm not a licensed agent. I am Tracy's social media manager for the Jones team.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you may find some of this stuff valuable, at least to get a start and introduction to it. Ah, here we go. We got some others coming in. So, hello, Cameron. Whoop, Whitney. The rotating
Yes.
names.
Hi. No, it always comes up as my son's name for whatever reason, and then I have to change it.
Apparently, he took over.
Yes, yes. I have no idea why.
So Jesse's going to be a bit late coming in today, and I'm going to just get some basics started with designs. Were you in Heather's class yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I don't know that you're going to see much from me beyond what was yesterday, though another run through it never hurts.
Yes. No, I'm good with that.
Okay. I'll wait a couple of minutes and see if anybody else comes on board. Jesse's finishing an ALC meeting and then is planning to get in here depending upon when that ends.
Perfect.
I get it.
Hey, Cindy.
Hey guys. No, it's Zoom.
So Jesse's in an ALC meeting and he intends to get in here in a while, but I'll kind of get things started along with designs and get some of the basics on the table. Cindy, have you been in designs using it at all?
Yes, I'm currently trying to do the what are the consultations?
Okay.
In the buyer consultation, and what I'm trying to figure out, and I guess I haven't really done it fully yet, is working with because there's a page saying about my app, and then it has on the bottom something about, download my app, and then there's a code that you can put on there. I have no clue where to find that. So then I went back into command Oh, sorry. Hold on. I didn't realize I covered- There we go. Sorry.
It was a talking white screen.
I have like a little sticky, and so in between Ignite and this, I cover it. Anyway, sorry. So I went back to command and clicked into the Kelly portion of it to work with the app, but I'm stuck in a portion of it. So I then had to text Heather saying, what's the YouTube video I watched for this portion of it? It's all these little pieces and I'm trying to put it together, but it's like I have to watch YouTube to go through these small little parts. And
Well, this may work out today because again, Jesse's going to come in once he gets out of his ALC meeting.
yeah,
So I'll just run through some basic stuff here and kind of set the table, and then he'll be able to come in, and that specific issue that you're having might be something to actually have you share your screen and have him take a look at and walk you through some of that.
okay.
So let's see what happens. If we don't give it too many more people in here, we can kind of one-on-one this,
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
you
where-
pass the screen share around so everybody can pull something up and go, okay, how do I do this?
Let's see where.
Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and try to start by sharing. And I want to show you where your URL is for your app code.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me get back in there.
Okay.
Ugh, where am I? Okay, there we go.
Okay, so you should see my new in designs showing up on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so then this is my homepage, and this is some of the stuff you can check from time to time. The design updates is what shows here today. So there's a few new templates. I was kind of curious what this one looks like. This is kind of cute. It's another download my app thing. And it's handled in designs right here. Go to designs. You can go directly into designs to work with it, and just add or change a few things. And it might even be close enough to be done as it is. And that might be something to ask Jesse about. Maybe he can walk us through that, because I'd like to see that one too. And we can try it, see what happens. But more importantly for you at the moment, let me figure out. Let me get rid of my stuff that's in the way here.
Yeah, let me get rid of my. Okay. See the whole screen now.
So for so let's go. I'm going to jump into designs here real quick. Into the design applet. No, that's not the page I was looking for. You have to bear with me. I'm still a little on the outer edge of being adept at this.
I hear you. I'm the same way.
And somebody's got a lot of background noise.
Can you guys mute, please?
There we go.
There we go.
Campaigns. No, that's not it. Of course, it's when I need it now, I'm not going to be able to find it.
So
Oh, there it is. It's in consumer. So
Okay.
you're going to the very bottom tag here is consumer.
Yeah.
Go up here to site and app settings up by your picture.
Uh-huh.
Click on that. Then you're going to come in here to use this is your general. This is kind of where you start setting up the website info. Here's my rotating pictures. Here's my agent site hero text. Here's where you can upload more pictures to change them out. You can do a total of 5 pictures here. This is where you can trash what's there to upload new ones if you want.
Okay.
Download the app hero text. We're going to go to URLs. And just right here.
Oh, okay. So that's where that is. Okay.
And right here you have a copy button.
Mm-hmm.
So
Then you put it in your presentation.
you can put that into a variety of places. And I think that they're actually expanding some of the text box entries to where you can put a link in, where instead of that messy looking thing there, you go click here for my app. And when you click on that statement, if you title it that, you can make the screen say that, but behind it is this actual web lead or web URL.
But if you do the click, that means you're doing it by email or something.
Well, no. So no, the copy button here just copies this URL. So
Oh, right. No. I meant like if you put like click here to download my app is what I'm saying.
right. And again, you have to see if it's in the control bar for text when you're entering text in a text box. If a thing that says link shows up, it's a little small little box that'll show up and it'll say, how do you want this to? It's like, what do you want it to say? Click here. Click on this to get my app. And then underneath it, you plug this information into where it actually says where it wants it to go.
Okay.
So, and it depends on what editor you're working with. I'm not sure in Command here if they started adding link to some of the places where you can do text, but I think they did. If not, then it's just this is the link, and you can just leave it as it is, and see if they can click on that, or they copy and paste it, put it in the URL bar, and off you go.
So then I need to work on as well. So thank you. I know where to find this. Is the actual app itself.
Yeah. So the app is there isn't a custom-made thing in design. So let's go ahead and jump on over there. And where are my designs? Here we go. So my design templates show up first. There's a few things that I've worked on in here. So you see this is an email signature, which I'm actually not using at the moment because it comes up kind of messy. This is a checkbox thing that I actually ran as an ad. I'll show you this real quick. So this was an existing template, and all I did was put in Larry the House Guy, put in Keller Williams, Southern Arizona over here. And then I had some copy that I wrote down below it, but this was just a way to click through to the website. And I think this was something I could actually make as a text. And is the link in here? No, I guess it isn't.
What did you use this for? What is this?
I just did this as a social post. Make sure your next home checks every box, and it was a call. Click through to me or go to my website, something like that.
So you posted this on like social media or something?
Yeah, exactly. So let me back out of that. That wasn't the best of examples.
So when you go on your main page or like on Command, if you go I think it's just like if you just go press your home button up here at the house. Okay, press that. Okay, and all the way to the right, it says Explore Kelly. So when you're exploring it, I'm assuming this is where you're able to work with it.
Oh yeah, explore the Kelly. Yeah, the Kelly guide.
But is the Kelly guide the same as working for them to download our app?
This is the setup, and then market your app. So yes, you should be able to go through this, and it should be some help on getting the app to the point where you have at least it's set up, and then use a smart plan to market your new app and fuel your lead generation. This piece here,
right,
your app would help you with that.
So I know the problem that I'm having is like a second step. It's asking for something about featured listings, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to.
Well, what the featured listing is allowing you to do is if you have a listing, you can plug that listing in. It'll show up, and when they go to download the app, it's going to be a featured listing that shows up on like the web page or a home, the home page, the landing page, whatever.
And if I don't have one, though, that's why I want to take it out. But it's
I think you can leave. I think you can leave it blank, or you could talk to somebody who has a listing at work and say, hey, do you mind if I feature your listing 99.9% of the time? They're going, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Then plug somebody else's in, and even though if it's not your listing, you can still, as a real estate agent, you can still call it hey, it's my featured listing. I love this house, and so I put it on my app for you to see. What do you think? So that's not a bad tool to help you get play with and get through here to try and put something together outside of doing a class to do it. The Kelly Guide does it. They have one for setting up the website, and they have this one for marketing the app.
Mhm.
Okay. So we'll bounce back out of that. So into designs. So you have all of your different targets here, whether you want to do one that's an email, a landing page, social post, print advertising like postcards or something like that. Your agent site, your website, if you want to add another page, because there's the 3 basic pages, and then you can start adding. I think maybe you've seen Jesse. He's got a list of about 8 or 9 pages that he's put on his website. One of them he showed us that one day was the cost sheet. He's literally has the cost sheet, the title security agency cost sheet as a page on his website that's interactive to the point where somebody can go on his website, plug in all the numbers, and look at a cost sheet directly on his website.
Mhm.
And then if you're doing something that's going to contain video, so let's just take a look at something that might be in email. So here's a couple of things that I tried to play with and didn't get very far. So that's not a good example. Landing pages. Well, here's your listing presentation. Listing presentation template, market snap, default template. There's a variety of things. Here's an actual listing. Again, a landing page for something. I just got in here and played with some of this stuff, but if we open listing presentation, this kind of looks like what Heather was doing yesterday, although it's a little bit different. And of course, the system always comes up with a variety of different information because it's just pulling from whatever. But these very different things can be replaced, and once you put them in, it'll load your own material. Like here's my stuff, but the picture isn't me. So that these again are some of the things you can look at. Social media posts. Again, I did a just listed some time ago. So I took a picture, from the GIS system, and I drew a little line around this is the actual lot that was the target for the ad. And I just sent this out. Look at what just listed. Here, me, my phone number, this is the address, and this was here. And I don't recall if I had this set where you click on the picture and it took you through to a landing page. I don't think I got that far with it. This was something I played with early on when we first started getting into Command, and I was able to email this out. So done there. Print stuff. This was the postcard I actually printed and did mail out. Dietz Neighborhood Real Estate. I was trying to target where I live. So this was just some stats on the front side of a postcard. Median sales price, days on market average, and again, this is back in November of 2019. 99.8% average sales list price ratio. Of course, our logo, and then I put in here from the recent sales. Here was the average in the Dietz neighborhood, number of days on market. So this was the market. This was the local Dietz neighborhood thing. So that was the front side, and then on the back side, you have to do all the legal stuff. So here was a call to action, picture, logos, address, and information, and then this side has to stay blank for the mailing system. So I think I sent about 150 of these into the neighborhood at a cost of about $73, and the system generated it all. Postage, everything. All I had to do is come up with this and say mail it, and there's a page where you target the houses you want, and once you go through all of this, that was kind of interesting. And again, it was $73, and I got nothing back out of it. But typically, postcard campaigns are something you have to do for several weeks to start getting some traction, and if you have the budget to do it. Agent site, again, this is a chance to add to your website. Here's the seller net sheet. So we went to work with Jesse the one day and literally was able to go through here and actually build this. So that actually, I believe I put that to show up on my website. I have, where are we? Agent site. I am working on this Rocky Point page for the stuff in Rocky Point that I'm doing. Here's the download the Keller app. I led the page with that. Did some cool pictures from Puerto Penasco and just did a simple, hey, you know, and this stuff comes out on the website looking different than it does here. And it was just a contact page. Eventually, I'm going to build a page for the condo that I actually have down there that's under for sale by owner. So far, this is kind of as far as I've gotten because, again, I've run into some problems trying to get this to look right. So in doing the design stuff, back to the main page here, again, the templates provided by the company are in here. Undefined email reach out, new landing page template. You can just kind of open some of these up and play with them. Here was another one that I was trying to build out of a template that they have in here called Your Quarantine House. I think that Jesse referred to this the other day. This is kind of cute. You send that out on postcard. It's just a thing to put yourself out there. And then the other side of the card would have something like contact me if you're thinking of buying a house or something like that. So if we go in here, let's see. Let's do something that's going to be a social post. Boy, I'm not doing really good at this because it's been a while since I've played with this stuff. He told me yesterday, you know, have fun with this. And I'm like, hold on.
I know, right? Yeah, just the plus sign to do a new one. Down.
So, okay, well, let's just take a look at this one. I think there's more here than what I initially saw because I don't think I sent it out just as raw as that was there. I thought there was more information in it and behind it. Well, let's go through some of the controls over here. First of all, obviously we're in images. So there are app images. This is a library of stuff. So all these different images are here that are company. My library are different things that I've uploaded. And this is where you can add anything of your own. You can get something off of Facebook, Dropbox, however you're going to put it in the system from wherever you know, you have it stored. Or there's this thing that Heather was showing us yesterday, the extract from PDF. So if someone sends you a PDF flyer and there's really cool stuff on it, even pictures, if you load it in here and pull it apart, you should be able to pick those individual things out and be able to add them to your library of stuff.
That looked pretty cool, but a little confusing on actually how to do it.
Yeah, and then or drag and drop an image here or browse. So again, if you're going to add a photo, let's do this. These are images. So here's a photo. So I'm going to go on my computer. I'm going to find this really cool house that's the top of my web page. Where is that? So look what shows up real quick.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So if I were to see, if I'm going to click on this picture, and I'm going to click here and I'm going to replace.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the picture is apparently in a format or in a size that doesn't jive too well with what we have here. So I probably have to go in and resize it, or whether it's the size of the picture or the height and width and stuff like that. So that didn't work out very well. But and of course, if I don't, since it didn't work out, we'll back out and see. Oh, I see, it doesn't take me back. All right, well, we'll just click on that and put the old picture back in there.
Mm.
So that's how easy this stuff is to replace. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, so I'm stuck with that now, but I'm not going to save it, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Something like, you know, these, if you want your MOS stuff and so on put in it, you're going to add the image and then resize it to where it wants to go. And you start seeing, and one of the key things that confused the confused me quite greatly initially was that you see all these lines
Yeah.
for each piece. And when you get multiple pieces going in here, there's lines all over the place. All you have to do is focus on what's in the center of what you want to work with. And then I double click it and I get it solo. Of course, now it's thinking I wanted to place it there, and I really didn't. There it goes. So now, I can add this into a corner. Here was oh, that's got the house in it. Again, if you need, like here's the download my app thing. So we're going to add that, resize it. Maybe we're going to move it up over here in this corner. This is how quick and easy this stuff, and when you play with this a little while, all of this starts to quickly become second nature. So adding things to a picture or to the space that you're working with is literally that simple. So that was that. So here's the icon tab, some of the cool icons. Download my app. Well, let's use this. We're going to put the phone over here. So now it enhances the download my app piece. And and then in that you can actually, I think there's a way to actually put a picture on the phone. Logos, again, I don't have much in the logo here, but I have enough to work with, and that was that. And then KWLS, listing and snapshots. There's nothing in that. That looks new to me. I don't remember seeing that before.
Okay.
So Jesse may have to tell
add more logos.
What's that again?
How do you add more? Like go to logos, and then so how do you add more into that? Just through there. Okay. Oh,
Yep.
gotcha. Okay.
So these are standard Keller Williams. We're supposed to have Keller Williams Southern Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah.
So that may be a case of having to upload it, and I'm not even seeing the option to do that. So there
Yeah,
must
so
be.
how did you upload that one?
I don't remember. It's been so
You know what I
long.
mean? Like.
Let's try something new. I think I uploaded it through images, because through images you can tell it where you want it to go.
Oh.
My company add. See, why I'm confused, because this is saying here. Let's see, pictures. Where's the logos? Oh, that would be in the artwork. Sorry. So there's a square KW logo that should have shown up in here. So I have 3 of them now. Apparently that's the one I've been using. So it did show up here, but it's in the imported images. It's not in logos.
Yeah, it's not
I
in
don't know how to move it to logos.
Hmm.
So there's another Jesse question.
Yeah. Sure, it's very simple.
So a lot of this, again, is just, getting in here and not being afraid to play with this. All of this stuff, the way yesterday Heather referred to change to color. Again, you've got, if we did that, I don't even know if it's going to change anything. I'm not sure what is changing, to be honest with you. This is where I'm falling short on being the teacher today. Opacity, so there it is, green background. The background is set to green, but here's where you can put a background color to it if you want. So it changes. I sure wish I could get this picture out. Nope, it doesn't. What did I move? Oh, yeah. So even if you make a mistake and you're not sure what you did, it's that easy to put it back.
Mm-hmm.
So again, in there, what is, let me see what this is. Oh, app images, lifestyle at home. Look at this library of photos.
Yeah,
So
that's
if
a lot.
you've got a family with that has a bunch of kids, or you want to show some playful stuff, you want to show some outdoor stuff. These are all licensed pictures that Keller Williams owns and have made available to all the agents to be used as much as you would like. So there's at home, there's lifestyle activities. I think this is what you're going to get outdoors. Yep. Out by the lake, out in the snow, gone fishing, walking what looks like on a beach here. Yep, that's a beach shot. Kids jumping around, you know, so this one more looks like big stuff for a vacation, but this one's kind of cute. So again, nice variety of different things. You know, you could have a little thing about living in Arizona and you put a beach shot and going, hey, the Rocky Point's 4 hours away instead of San Diego being 6 hours away, something like that. Another beach shot. Company, where else was it? Company images, where was I looking at? Back up top here. Neighborhoods. One of the things that Heather did say yesterday that was a great idea. Fortunately, when we're doing this kind of marketing, your cell phone and the cameras in the cell phones for outdoor photography of places around town have become viable. The quality is good enough for this kind of marketing. So anywhere you go and you see landmarks or pretty sunset over, you know, some cactus, if you just think about that all the time, you have your phone with you, you can just load the whole thing up over here with local photos to localize your marketing to make it look like Tucson and not some major city, or where some of these photos, especially the building photos, looks like something that's in Indianapolis, Indiana, or something like that. So it's a little bit of work, but once you do it a few times, it becomes really easy to start taking pictures. I took a picture of the marquee entering a neighborhood like Brentwood Hills Homes, but it was a really cool, like, you know, when they build those concrete things and some of them have waterfalls in them or whatever, but they, and the lettering on them, and they can, maybe even at night it's lit up. Even that would be a cool picture of something that's local here in town. But, you know, whether it's Santa Vera Mission, whether it's something downtown, whether it's the something on the University of Arizona, you've got such a great variety of potential photography items around here. You could build your own library of stuff that you own because you took the shot, and you wouldn't have to worry about using some picture off the internet that actually someone owns and could sue you for using it. That's the other thing. If you go on the internet to look for pictures, there's, I think in Google, there's a drop-down menu, and one of the things says unlicensed for general use. Those are the only pictures you want to look at. Mainly because a lot of the online pictures that you find are owned by people who uploaded them, and if they find that you're using it, they can contact you and go, you owe me because you're using my picture that I own that's licensed and registered to generate a profit. So again, look for pictures through the internet and look for that. I don't know if it's a right click or somewhere there's a thing that will tell you what picture. Yeah, it's on Google.
And then under there.
And again, you know, if you can't find it, you know, Heather knows how to get to it. It's real simple. I just don't remember watching it yesterday because I've kind of gotten away from using internet pictures just for that purpose. I'm shooting more of my own. But again, it's just a suggestion, but you can get some great shots, nighttime, daytime, whatever, of some really cool stuff around town if you just continue to think about it when you're out and about. Buildings, houses. I mean, that picture of this house that I had, that's in, well, the one that's in the background here that looks so ugly because it didn't come out right. This picture of this house, I can't remember where I got it, but it's an unlicensed photo that's of somebody's house. And I wish it was bigger so you could really see it. But it's a fantastic photo of some house up in the foothills.
So when it doesn't work out, what is this? Excuse me. Is it just the wrong?
Yeah, Jesse has an answer for that. You can see it's down here at the bottom. It's 1200 width by 630 pixels, and it's from Facebook. And why? Click to apply custom zoom. No, we don't want that. There it is.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, so that apparently was just the zoom I was using on the screen here, not the picture itself. There we go.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So, yeah, so you know, this photo was out there unlicensed. I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, and the whole picture is actually a little wider, so I get this whole cactus thing. And somebody had just put water on the street just before taking this evening photo to make it look like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's on. This is the photo that's at the top of my Facebook business page. So again, you go over into Dove Mountain and drive around, you'll find a house worthy of that kind of a shot, and
Right.
you know, you can use it for that kind of stuff. So you know, I'm trying to think. I honestly am kind of running into a brick wall here on what else to try and help you with, because I'm not that adept at this yet.
Yeah, I'm playing with it too.
But you know, but where I am at the moment, or what you're seeing here, is stuff that I've played with. Again, I had sent this other one out. You know, maybe this one would be actually a good ad to send out.
Are you, by chance, I know, good at creating a landing page?
No, all that stuff I'm not up on. I need to spend more time doing it. I've spent all of my time learning how to do DocuSign and so on.
I know. Yeah, me too.
So I've finally gotten it to where I think I'm right now, the deal I'm working, I've moved everything over to DocuSign to do this deal. So I've gotten to the point. I sent out a form for this morning for a signature. I sent out a couple of other forms over the past few days.
Through DocuSign?
Yes, through DocuSign.
Cool. Did you send your contract through DocuSign yet?
No, my contract, because on Sunday night at 8 o'clock when they said, yeah, let's do this, I had to scramble to put a few things together, and I was not doing well in DocuSign, and I had to punt and go do it in .loop. Fortunately, I was able to get signatures that I needed, download those documents, and then they load right. You can, from off your computer, you can load them right straight into Command.
Okay, so you saved it and then uploaded it.
Yeah, I know we're changing topics here a little bit, and this was supposed to be
No,
on
that's
time.
fine. Well, it's just that they said if you're not going to close by the end of the month, then don't start it in .loop. Like you should be starting
Right.
it in Command.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's where I started. So I'll show you that if you're willing to take a look.
Sure. Yeah, because just never know when I'm going to be submitting an offer.
So that's in context. So from context, now I want to do opportunities. So throughout my opportunity, here's my contract, here's my deal, here's my listing. So from here, I'm going to go documents. So in the listed folder, I completed all of my listing documents in here earlier, but here's what the key is. This attach multiple files tab is fantastic, because it'll actually, because they're in there, they're grayed out right now. Before they're in there, it'll ask you where you want to get these from. Up here, you have manual, DocuSign, and custom folders. Obviously, if it's DocuSign, they're going to be documents that are over in DocuSign that you need to pull over here into Command to put them in your file. But this manual button, here's how you can use .loop and cheat the system. From .loop, for example, here's the HOA form in .loop. So this was signed, or I had set this up rather. Yeah, so the buyer had signed it. I set this up in .loop to get my seller's signature, but I didn't have to get there. I actually got it through .loop. But from in here, if you do .loop and they sign everything and it's completely signed, let me find a form that we did that. Counter. Here's the counter offer. This will be easy. So I did the counter offer in .loop. It was Sunday night at 9:30, and here's all the signatures. So this is a .loop signature from my seller, and this was acceptance through DocuSign that the other agent handled by getting it done in DocuSign. But this is a completed document. So let's say you do your documents in .loop. Here they sit. How do I make this work? It's real simple. I download it over here, the three little tabs. You download the form. Then I went and saved it. And so, remember, you're supposed to have your own files.
Yeah.
Well, here's my own file of all these documents already. And we just went to contract. So I saved the countersign here in this folder. So now I have it on my computer, and I'm creating my own documents in this file for keeping my own stuff. So back over here in Command, when you say add a file, manual, DocuSign, or custom folders. So from manual, I can browse, and guess where I'm going? KW, listings. Here's my listing. All I have to do is click on that file and say open, and it's going to pull it over here. Press the assign button, and it's completed signed form, and it's in your command
Yeah.
and ready for review. So I didn't do it because I didn't want to pull that document over here. Actually, I could. I can do this. I'll just delete it back out. Oh no, wait a minute. I can't delete it. It only does replace. So no, I can't add that in there. But that's how you can do it.
Yeah.
So from .loop, download it to a folder on your file on your desktop, and then you can just quickly move them over, and you've completely avoided DocuSign or gotten around DocuSign and used .loop that you're familiar with to get your paperwork done.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
So that's the shortcut if you're in .loop, but you want to get stuff loaded into and you can literally do this until we eliminate .loop. You can do this to the end of October. As
Oh,
long as
I thought we could download through October, but not doing paperwork as of the end of the month.
well, by the end of October, through October 31st, we lose .loop.
Right.
But what they've said is you can use .loop all the way till October 31st, but you need to start building your files by the end of this month. If you start a file, you need to also bring those documents over here into Command, because that's in Command is how they're going to be working the files. So did I confuse you, or do you get it?
No, you didn't confuse me. I get it.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So,
I'm just I'm trying, in fact, yesterday when I stayed on with Heather, we went over that. And so I think I got it as to how to fill out the contract, assign the signatures and the initials, and then press send, where we would press share before.
right.
That'll send it to your client. Then they do their signatures and initials. It'll pop back over to you, which we will then download into our separate file, and then create an email, attach it, and then send it to the listing agent. But you don't share like you would in .loop to the listing agent.
There is a way to do that, but it's a little different, and it also requires inviting someone into your room on DocuSign. So in .loop, we could just add the other agent.
Right.
From what I understand, you can't do that. You have to, because the DocuSign system wants to document how and why this other person got into the room and how they are a part of the transaction. They have the invite button where you can invite someone to become a member of the room. So instead of just adding, the other agent, their email and phone number like you did in .loop, apparently DocuSign makes you do that invite.
So what is the difference between an envelope and a room?
The room is where you get the documents loaded up, whatever group of documents you need. The room is where you're kind of building the file of the empty documents, and then you move them over to the envelope, because that's how you're going to send them out. You're going to fill and send over in envelope. I know it sounds it's two-step.
Yeah. It's like, why can't it all be just in one? Like
yeah,
the way
yes,
right?
No, I agree. I don't
Because that's why I was getting confused, because I'm like, wait a second.
Yep, and I don't know what the parameters are there, because I'm not a part of that when they were developing this, as to why it's split with rooms and envelopes.
We have to create a room before we create an envelope.
Yeah, in the room is where you're going to go find the documents you need, and then you have to assign who you're going to send it to. You have to pick it from someone who's in there already, and then it loads up and says, okay, where do you want that person to sign?
Now, when we do that assigning, that's where we only assign our clients. Do we have to include? Do we have to include admin or ourselves on there, or is it just clients?
You're automatically on there. If I remember correctly, you may have to assign it to yourself. If it's a box, you may have to say that this is for you to sign. And again, some of this stuff is still a little sketchy with me as I go through this process. So far, I'm just happy to be able to actually, put the stuff in for my client to sign. He
Yeah.
signs it, the document comes back, and I send it to the other people and let them worry about filling in the blanks.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I
So,
can help with some
that-
clarity on that. Let me know.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Jesse.
Time.
So we ended up, so I didn't do very well in designs and didn't get very far until I started running into trouble and realized that I still don't know it as well as I should. And then the question came up about getting documents from .loop in here, and I was showing her the easy way to store them on your hard drive to create your own file that you need to have anyway, and then B, be able to just jump and get the fully signed and executed documents that come out of .loop over here into Command to at least get that part of it done until people are more adept with the DocuSign portion of this.
Okay.
So I need to jump back out. I'm going to stop the share, and I need to give you, how do I give you the control?
Under participants,
Participants, there we go.
just let me, it should be under security actually, where you can allow me to share screen.
You're the host.
Okay, that works too. All right, guys. So we have 15 minutes to play around in here.
Yes,
So
so look back over to designs if you would, kind of pick up, because I just didn't get very far with that.
you're good. All right, so let's have some fun with design.
Oops, sorry.
Okay, can y'all see that real quick?
Yep.
Oh, all right, I like it. Okay. So designs. There's so much in here. What did you touch on?
I just kind of bounced around showing the email and landing page and social and print, the various templates that are already in there. And then a couple of them that I had used before, and it's been so long since I played with them, I forgot half of what I did with them.
So there are a few, so that's good. So I'll just kind of touch on it here. So what you're seeing right now is what we can refer to as your My Design Templates dashboard. These up here are your filters, right? So if you have any email templates built, any landing pages built, social, that's all that these buttons up top do. Okay, that's all. If you want to get to add in stuff, then you're going to come down here to this nice big plus sign at the bottom right. And then these are where you'll find your selections. So has anybody played with the videos yet? Anybody know what that is? So the videos are actually this. Here, let me bring up one so you can see the example. Okay. Essentially, they're all going to be the same, but they're going to pull with different stats. So it's taking some of the data from what we have with our KWLS 2.0 and what's provided to us via Smarter Agent, the company that KW ended up purchasing for this purpose. But what I would recommend is using the information that you would find in the MLS. So like Jordan, in your case, you would need to have someone give you the data. Like if there's a property in a specific area, have them give you the market stats for that area. What's the days on market? What's the average price point? Those kind of things. Because all those data points will be featured in this video. And all those data points are customizable. So even if you don't see something at the beginning, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at what it looks like to create one of these things. Even if you don't see a specific neighborhood pop up, right? Or say you want to feature a city that, obviously I did Sahuarita many times as an example, because it doesn't pull up specifically the city. It's all based on neighborhood, which is kind of a limitation you would think, right? But really what we need to do is just understand that every field is editable, okay? So I'm just gonna pick the first one, or I can pick Rancho Sahuarita. It doesn't matter which one I pick because I can call it whatever I need to, right? So all of these fields are customizable. Based on the data, is it holding steady? Is it on the rise? Is it declining? What is it? What's going on? Right? So it's all there. And even says like how many homes are for sale. I'm pretty dang sure in Sahuarita, Rancho Sahuarita, there's not just one home for sale there. Anytime I look it up, there's always over 100 homes for sale in that little community. So I'm pretty sure that's not right. I'm pretty sure the average days on market isn't right. So it doesn't mean that this data is like bad. You just need to supplement it. What's the actual data looking like? Right? So you would then log into your MLS feed, right? So everybody should have this access. Doesn't matter where you are, right? Just type in your stuff and get some data. Where you would get this data would be under here, under market stats. Has anybody used this before? Yeah, I would. I use it all the time. Use it. So we're going to look at Sahuarita. Okay, so I'm going to add an area here. Add an area. I'm going to type in Sahuarita. And I have it as a city, not as a neighborhood, not as a subdivision, but it's a specific city. And I'm looking specifically at single family residences. Okay, we can go all bedrooms. That's fine, you can do that. You can justify it by price. You can filter that out. Pretty expensive. It can be anyway, pretty big. They do get pretty large over there in Sahuarita, but what's really important are these little things down here. Everybody see these? These are your options, right? So what was the first thing over here in this design for, we're gonna change this and we're gonna just call it Sahuarita, right? Oop. Sometimes I can type, okay. So there you go. What's the average home price? Well, let's go and find out in InfoSparks. Here's the average sales price. It's right here. Average sales price for Sahuarita is $253,252. So I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna copy that, I'm gonna plop it right in here. Is it on the decline? Well, let's look. Looks like it's on an upward trend and has been for the past few years. Right? Can everybody see that? Right? Okay, so looks like it is on the rise. What's the average price per square foot? That's pretty cool to find right here.
Where? Wait, where? Oh, I see pending sales and wait. Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you.
Price per square foot, average. And it's showing $124. Cool. So I'm gonna put that there. Clearly, right, as indicated by this graph, it is on the rise.
Rise, yeah,
Right?
right.
So we're gonna modify that.
Okay.
Let's see, how many homes are for sale? Can we find that out? Right here, homes for sale. What's our number?
90.
In Sahuarita, there are 90. There are 90 homes for sale. So it's a lot larger than that one that it pulled out, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna put 90.
You know where I think it gets the one? I think it gets that from Keller Williams listings.
Possibly. Very possibly. I don't know where we can modify that to where it's just
Well, we do
something
it.
that we can open up for
Maybe.
all brokerages and stuff like that. So I'm not sure on that yet, but we'll find out.
Well, what's really cool about doing it this way is you're learning the market as you're doing this, so that
Exactly.
if you get a call on this, now all of a sudden you've got stats in your head for Sahuarita.
Yep.
You
Exactly
demo
it. That's exactly it.
So it's
This
good.
is how you learn. This is how you learn your markets, right?
Right.
If you want to farm an area, create a video about that area. Put it on YouTube. Share it on your Facebook page. Throw it on Instagram. Let people know that you're studying these areas. And guess what? These people are like, hey, that's my area. That's my city. That's my neighborhood. I should call this guy, this gal, right? So the last one that we have here is the average days on market. Pretty cool. It's right here, days on market. And we want the average,
16. Oh, 35.
35 days. So that has been on the decline steadily, but now we have an uptick by just one. So It's up to you how you want to interpret it. I would say that's okay. It's pretty mean. It's maintaining within the mid 30s. So we'll just leave it at that.
What was the middle? Is the middle one holding steady or?
There's no holding steady.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
But for
Yeah.
you, right? So if this is important here, is it important here as well?
Right.
Is this important here? Asking these questions. What's the average going on here? What's the average homes for sale in that area? Right? Let's go back again. Homes for sale. Right? Wow, that's been on declining. So looks like it's been, you can do some math if you want to from the beginning of the year. 105, 103, 100, 95, 90. Right? You can take some averages. You can create your own there. You can
That's
do
roughly
averages.
10% drop.
Yeah.
My inventory would be on the decline.
Yeah, so it's a 10% drop. It's so small though that it barely registers in the graph. So take a look at it there. Or you can reduce this. If you don't want to look at 3 years, let's look at 1. Any difference there?
Mhm.
Not a whole lot. It's still 111, 113. Actually, it's decreased quite a bit from 130 of January last year to 90 now. What's that saying? I know there's a bunch of new construction happening right now in Sahuarita. Tons of new construction. Are those homes showing up here? No. Probably not. These are resale homes. So the amount of resale homes being sold is decreasing. Right? So that's one way you can look at it. This is kind of like a little mini market stats class from yesterday, right? You can do it yourself. It's kind of cool. Okay, so then the next thing to move on. So neighborhood features. What do they like over there? Animal advocates, they're dog lovers, they're outdoorsy. Let's fix it. Let's do something else. These people like, are they fitness oriented? I mean, they're outdoorsy. It might be. It is a friendly community, so I'll leave that there. Make sure your information's good there, right? Brokerage information looks solid. And then all you got to do is click next. Then it says it takes up to 10 seconds, sometimes a little bit longer to generate this video. But just remember, the only thing that is really rendering are the numbers that you put in. So it really isn't taking a whole lot of time there. But maybe that was 10 seconds. Pretty not bad. All right, let's push play and see what it looks like. By the way, there's music playing. Not sure where it's playing to though, but right. So there it is. Those are the numbers that I entered in. And then you can add a disclaimer. When was this data from, right? So let's look at it. That was as of July. You can put that in there too. As of July, that was the case. If you want to get even more real-time results, you can come in here, obviously. You can do a quick search, right? Do a quick search there. And close that. I don't need that yet, so it's Sahuarita. If I could spell. Okay, so now we're just focused in one little area. I just want to know what's active right now. 28, even smaller. That number is even smaller. What the heck? What's going on here? These are the only homes that are available in Sahuarita right now?
Interesting.
Pretty incredible, right? So this is the real-time data. What we were just looking at was
Last month.
last month. However, this is just like as of today, right? We have 26 other days to account for the month of August, right? Which we will see next month in this InfoSparks,
Huh.
right? So when you're creating your little video, you can add a disclaimer to it when you post it. As of July, blah, 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 right?
Where do
This
you
is
put
what
that
it
at?
Huh?
Where would you put that disclaimer at?
You would put that not in the video itself, but in the description. So like if you post it to Facebook,
Oh.
right? You put a little asterisk in there in your comment and say, this is data as of July 2020,
Okay.
right? Or if you wanted to do something a little bit different, it's going to be a lot of creation on your own. I would just say just leave it with the old data. It's a little bit easier to work with. Yeah, just do that. So anyway, that's how you create a little video. Pretty cool, right? There is a problem with this little video logo because it doesn't display correctly. We know about this, and I shared that file on our Facebook page.
Yeah, the good news is it says Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, which is readable. That's the legal part anyway.
Yeah, that's the legal part, but it's not the best.
That's all.
Let's see. How did I? Oops. I think that's right. There we go. So I added it to the file section on our Facebook page, and it's called KW Logo Best. This is the one that you would use for that. What this is a little square. It's a little square photo rendering of our logo, right? So when it's placed here, it shows the whole thing. Okay, so definitely go there and find it under files, and it's KW Logo Best. Okay, so use that one. But that's one little thing that you can do
Don't think I'm
with
part-
designs. Pretty cool, right?
I guess I better get added to that group.
Yeah, request it. If you're a part of the other KWSA group,
Yeah.
and you request to join the technology one, you'll automatically get access to it.
All right.
But you have to request it. you'll be entered in, no problem. Okay, say if I want to do something else, social media. So this is for everybody, right? So Jordan might be more interested in this part than anything else. Hopefully you're still there, Jordan. There you are. There's a smile. So, okay, so here's where you have everything. We have everything formatted specifically for the different platforms we have out there. So here's Instagram, right? So it's all within that little square that they write with a 4x3, right? We got tons of other things, listings. You got formats for Facebook, Instagram, even Instagram stories, LinkedIn, Twitter. All of these things can be customized just the way you need it. This one right here, the neighborhood snaps, this one's going to be a little bit, it's a lot cooler in my opinion, because you can actually get data, right? You can get data, much like we did for the video, you can do that with these as well. So I'm just going to click use on this so you can see what this looks like. But you kind of see it, right? So right here we have obviously an aerial photo of a specific area, which is kind of cool. It always shoots around Barton Hills in Austin, Texas. So that's pretty cool. What we'll do is, you see this right here, KWLS? It's the same thing that we had before. So say, for example, I wanted a specific property that I wanted to go through. So I can search by listing address. I always use this one as an example, but you can use it with anything. Type in the complete address. Okay. Hit that search button. Okay. So this is the one that I had listed. So I'm selecting that one. Now I can choose any of these photos to add to this listing. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to bring this over here. Well, see that? I just dragged and dropped. That's it. Just replaced it automatically for me. Pretty cool, right? Logos, cool. Well, I can do that too. Let me click on this logo. Bring this over.
We had the question earlier. How do you load logos in there? In mine, I only had one.
There's a button, right? You see this little button that says add logo? There should be something similar on everybody else's feed.
No, not to put it in the page, to get them in the library.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like since I have mine full, since all my spaces are full here,
Uh-huh.
If you're on yours and you see blank areas where you can add your logos, that's where you would do it.
I see. I only have one and nothing else. I have one circle, and it's the one that's the fourth one here, the KW Southern Arizona. That's the only one I have, and nothing else shows up on that.
Is there no add button for you?
Where's the add button?
It should be right here within the library.
Well, no, there's no circle. There, all these add buttons are in a circle. There's only one circle on that page.
Outside of the circle.
Huh?
Is there any other button? Is there any other button available on yours?
Not that I'd seen. I can go back and try it.
Okay, yeah. Go back and try it. Let me know, because I know we get 8 spaces for our logos.
Okay.
And I filled mine up, obviously, is what you can see there. So there should be space. You should see spaces, right? And in each blank space, you can add
Okay.
something.
Maybe it's just hidden.
Maybe, but we'll touch base on that later. If anybody else experiences that too, we'll make sure we get it addressed for you, okay? You can add other things. I mean, there's some cheesy little icons in here, which is pretty cool. I mean, you can mail me. It's kind of big. We got our location here. It's pretty cool. A lot of drag and drop features. What about the information? Well, let's see. We got listing details. So in this one, I want to know specifically what's happening here. There's an area where we can cancel that. There's an area where we can edit this data. I don't see it here. Okay, well, there is an area where we can play around with this data here. I just don't. I'm not seeing it, guys. Sorry. Neighborhoods, maybe here. No, these are just photos. Well, at least you have a lot of stock photos. It's good to know. I don't want to do that, but there's a way for you to edit this data. I just can't recall how to do it at the moment. Sorry, guys. But this data can be edited. Let's try another example here. You also have open house. There's buyer specific things if you want to. Again, we got neighborhood snapshots everywhere, which is cool. If you're using Keller Mortgage, you can market that as well. Home value stuff, right? What's your home value? Do you know? I just love that there's Instagram stories templates. Because Jordan can tell you, Instagram stories is where it's at when it comes to getting people's attention. Right? You can post anything you want on Instagram, but no one's going to pay attention to them. They'll just keep swiping through. The stories are like, oh, that's kind of cool. And if you make it interactive, it's even more engagement, which I like. I like seeing all that stuff. If you're really wanting to get heavy into recruiting and stuff like that, shout out. What the heck is the deal with KW? You looking for a change? Sorry?
You create the Instagram story on your computer, and then don't you have to use your phone or your tablet to go to Instagram?
Yeah, so here's how you would do it. I mean, there are certain ways to do this. One way you can do it is save it to your Google Drive, because you can access your Google Drive on your phone.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So you can save it there. You can save it locally to your phone that way, right? So you navigate to your Google Drive and just download the file, and it's there in your gallery. And then you can just upload it from there. Other things that you can do, I'm sure, Jordan, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have things like Hootsuite, Later, all these other different platforms that allow for scheduling loading to happen for your Instagram. There are only a few third-party providers that do that. And I do know that that's one of the biggest things that's requested out of Command right now. So hopefully we can get that partnership spun up so we can do that through Command.
Okay.
Sometimes I've just emailed it to myself, right? If I'm on my computer, I'm just downloading it and I'll email it to myself. I've done that before. And then it's there, it's on my phone, I can just download it from there and keep going. More templates. So email signatures, if you're curious about where you can make one of those. The thing with these, is they're nice. They look pretty cool. They put them all together and they keep it kind of rigid in terms of the formatting and stuff like that. But I don't know if you've noticed, but iPhone and some Androids too are able to recognize the information found within emails. Right? So have you ever seen on your iPhone when it rings possibly such and such?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where's it getting that information from? From an email. Right? That person had already sent you an email. It's in your email, and you'll find that their signatures are pretty. Let's see. I don't think I'll offend anybody with my email, but let's see. So when I compose an email, right? Come on, there we go. So you notice I have the little banner, right? That's the exact same one that's in here. It's that red one.
Mm.
I created it within it. So there it is, all filled out, but I also add the information like this. Right? So that is not just a picture all the time. This information is recognizable through the AI that's built into our smartphones now. So leverage it, right? That's one reason why. Let me ask, I'm picking on Jordan a lot, but because I know she's on here specifically because of this. Jordan, which part are you most excited about using? Utilizing all these little templates that are already available makes your life easier. That way you don't have to flex your Adobe skills, your muscles so hard. I think I might be muted.
Yeah, she's muted.
Yeah, that's okay. There are some designs. So like, if you notice my background on my video,
Mm-hmm.
right? Think big, aim high. That's where it came from, right there,
Ah,
right?
yeah, I was
So
wondering.
here are the Zoom meeting backgrounds. Pretty cool, huh? So you can make your own.
Oh, it's under where?
It's under designs, but it's all the way at the bottom under templates and pivot shift ahead.
Pivot shift ahead. Okay, cool.
Pretty cool, huh? There's also some Instagram posts, right? So I've used some of these. I've used a lot of them actually. It's kind of cool. These are just pieces of content. Content is important.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what is it that they say that 20% of what you post should be around your business? Everything else should be something fun, something personal, something interactive.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, yeah, it's branded, but it's not talking about business, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like why this one right here? Socially distanced road trip. Like, what? What does it say about real estate business? Let's take a look at it real quick. It says nothing about real estate, but you can still brand it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not talking about real estate.
Mm-mm.
Not even if I put my logo down there, does it say anything real estate-y, right?
No,
It
no.
just says Callaway in Southern Arizona. Unless people know what that is, they can be like, oh, that's a kind of a cool idea.
And when you drag and drop, it immediately covers the previous KW logo that was there. You don't have to cut
I
out.
don't have to delete it and put it there. It replaces it.
All right.
I really like that part about it. And you can drag anything, right? Anything else. If I wanted to talk about me being a BayRep member there, I can just do that. Boom. Center it if I wanted to. You see those little centering lines? So it helps you with the formatting.
Oh, okay.
It'll help you with the alignment. If I wanted it to be center, like center here, it'll help me with that. See those lines?
Yeah.
That's what I like. So if I wanted it to line up with something else that I entered, it would do that. See how it does that right there? That blue line right in the middle is a 2.
Yeah, horizontal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can just cut it if you don't want it there anymore. You can add, everybody asked about this one. Well, you can add it to anything. Since this is so small, it's not really required. But if you want to throw it in there, just for CYA purposes, you can,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Or did you create that yourself? Like, did you put all those together? Yeah, that one.
This one?
Yep.
I found it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did some searching online, see if I could find it. Let's see, and I found one. I actually have another one that's transparent. I think I posted it as well to the Facebook page. It's under files two. I think it's this one. Yeah, the Realtor Fair Housing PNG.
Mhm.
It's that one there.
Oh, you just downloaded from there. Okay.
Yeah, you can just go ahead and download it from there. Let's see what else. Sort through your spring cleaning. Some spring cleaning stuff right there. Here's a thank you. Here's a, and of course we get into more real estate-y stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. On the market.
Sometimes it's just rise to the challenge. What does that even mean? You know, you can talk about that. What does rise to the challenge mean for you? What is the challenging thing that's going on in your life, and you can get some interaction through there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Under new designs, you'll see these latest additions to the Instagram stories, which is pretty cool. Some new Instagram. Ooh, I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot we can use and reuse and do it over again. I like this part right here for leadership. This is where they can start telling about, you know, hey, agent recognition, congratulations, you know, for this, you capped, way to go, kind of thing. Teams, you can do that too. I would. Got some good bold stuff in here. If you just really want to have all the bold laws for yourself there, that's, see how it has a white logo on this one? On all of these actually. Use the correct logo, right? So it's white right there. So
Yeah.
I uploaded the white logo. But no, I don't want to do just white. What if I wanted to do this one instead? So I can just do this. Has a little bit more color to it. Kind of fits with what's going on over here. Right? So with everything that you do within designs, call it something. Right? This one says be to achieve, but it's kind of weird. Name it something that you'll remember it by. Okay? Something clear. You want to label it clearly.
And to get it to the screen to upload the new logo, you just clicked on it. You clicked on this be, do, achieve, and then it came up in here.
Yeah, that's all I did.
Okay.
So let me go back.
Your
to my-
cursor is going so fast I can't follow it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. So there's the be to achieve. All I did was click on use.
Use. Okay. Use. I mean use. Okay.
Or if you like it the way it is, you can just download it, but I wouldn't, because you see what it says there for the logo. It says KWDBA name. You gotta make it work for Keller Williams Southern Arizona there.
Right.
Right? Social branding. So I like this. If you have your Facebook business pages, use these. I think I used one, or I had at one point. I think I've switched them out actually. So we'll leave that alone. But you can use these.
But you would do it in use and then again change the logo.
Yep. So like this one, if you wanted to use this one, hit use. Let the designer come up. There really isn't much to change in here. I mean,
Except to add.
there isn't anything to change actually. It's all.
Wouldn't you want to add the Keller Williams Southern Arizona
You could,
on there? Do you need to?
yeah, but it'll be kind of on top of a lot of other things.
Yeah. Unless you
There's
select
no
the
clear
black.
place for it.
You can do the black one.
It's pretty hard to see.
That is hard to see too.
Yeah. So I mean, you can resize it if you find a little area like right there. I want to just pop this right in there. I don't want to move the whole picture, so I just want to move the little logo.
There you
Right.
go.
We'll find another place that might work. Maybe right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's in there.
Yep.
It's a little small, but you can see it. A lot of little options that you can do. So let's talk a little bit more about these. So you have app images. If you wanted to include pictures of the KW app, whoa, that's pretty big. Sorry about that. There is an undo button here, so you can use that. So you can just drag something over or just click the add button
Mhm.
to not replace anything. Right, so there's what it would look like for one of the app. If you're talking about your app mostly and you want to just do that, you can add those there. There are other, don't want to do that. There are some lifestyle photos here. These are all stock photos that are royalty free for you. Actually, you ended up paying for them because of the royalties you pay for KW. Neighborhoods, things here, they're all pretty similar. And you can add stuff to your own library. So if you want to click add, right, you see this. So do you see that? Maybe that's what you need to look for, Larry, for your logos, is an add button. Like that. And then you can drag and drop and stuff like that. So you can find a photo on your computer itself if you wanted to.
Yeah, I didn't see that come up in the logo section.
A little add button right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll be on the lookout for it.
Okay.
These are things that I've uploaded before. This is my lender. I've done some marketing for us before, so that's why her picture's in there. Let's see what else we got here. House types. You got, it's actually pretty cool. A lot of little stock photos of the different architectural structures out there, different areas. Not a lot Southwest related, but still out there, still usable. What else we got here? I think we're good there. See these icons here? There's more. Check out this stock icon area. These are all just little things out there. If you want to add, Instagram or Twitter or Facebook little logos to it, you can. Right? You can resize everything. Those kind of things. There's a lot in here. There's definitely a lot in here. If you have any icons you want to add, you can do that. Absolutely. You can add text. The text that you have in here. There we go. There's title, subtitle, body text, text blocks. If you want to have something that's written out specifically for what you're showcasing, you can do that. There are different banners that are available. These are all generic ones that are found everywhere.
Yeah.
There are things uploaded by the company. Here's the ownership statement, right? So if you click on that, it adds each office is independently owned and operated. See that? I don't know, it's kind of small and black, so not very visible on here. It'll do that for you as opposed to you typing it out, which is nice. Go back to text. Your library, this is all stuff pulled from your marketing profile, right? So California, Southern Arizona is there. Here's my bio, my email address, my website, my name, right? It has a lot of pieces. So your address gets split up. So here's one piece, here's the other piece. All pretty easy. You can draw some different shapes within it, which is fairly new, which is nice. You have some basic shapes in here as well. You can do animals. I think I'll use that bat for later for Halloween purposes. I'll use the chicken. What are you, chicken? Don't you want to buy a home? Sure. Electronics, that's kind of cool. That's more like circuit board stuff. Game. You get the point. Different frames that you can use for things. There's your text boxes again. Like there's so much you can do in this thing. who's used, I'm sure everybody's used Canva at one point,
Yeah.
right? So it's similar to that in a lot of ways. And that's kind of where designs, Command Designs is drawing from. Like it wants to have that type of experience, but built within Command, which is why we have the designer here. It's pretty cool. I think yesterday, were you part of Heather's thing yesterday?
Yeah.
So yesterday she had you go through some print stuff. Well, this is just social media stuff. There's other things here too. Let me see if I can get to one real quick. I'll just relog into Command. So what it sounds like is she was in the print section of designs, right? So each one is going to have different content. So print right here.
Right.
These are all things that you're intending to print or send out to a printer, right? So here are your postcards that you can design, which is pretty awesome, right? So if I wanted to talk about my app and stuff like that and include a picture of something that I did, like this one says market snapshot, right? So it can bring something in to this one to use. That's awesome. You can do flyers for your app, large postcards, which is pretty cool. Standard postcards. Yesterday, I think she had you guys do this, a listing presentation, or at least she walked you through that.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. I definitely recommend you do one.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to just show up to a buyer's consult or listing presentation and just have a contract in hand, right? Sign this. Well, there's more to you. There's more to you than just that listing agreement. What's for sale? You can do door hangers within here. It's pretty awesome. You're doing some door knocking. Let the neighbors know that a home is for sale. You can print these out. I think these are awesome. I use them all the time. Standard postcards, if you want to do that, bifolds, that's kind of cool.
And then where do you print them? Do you print them off your own printer?
The flyers, since it's just paper, yeah, I just print it.
So it looks
do
okay.
myself.
Do you think if you have like a type of glossy paper, will it show up okay? Like,
If you have your printer set for glossy, there are different settings that you have to manipulate on your printer to make sure that it's appropriate for the paper type.
got it. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it can. I mean, glossy is great. It's a little bit more expensive.
I'm just asking because
Yeah. There's cardstock too, which is more expensive as well and will require different settings for printing.
Yep.
Whether you're using inkjet, you're using laser, there are a lot of different things there.
Door hangers, you'd have to get printed though, because that's a thick stock kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Or is
this,
email them.
this is something you will send to like TSA for you to do, right? So title security can print out stuff for you at cost, right? So you would send them a door hanger and they will get the door hangers printed for you and they'll bring it to you, right? So you can do that. That's pretty awesome. These bifolds and stuff like that, they're kind of cool. I like them. I kind of like them. I'm trying to figure out how I want to use them, right? So they have a vertical. So you see vertical V and a horizontal layout. There's trifold in here if you want it to be more brochure-like. And again, TSA can help you get those printed. It's pretty reasonable for those print there. Larry, have you done that before?
No.
Yeah, I've yet to do it myself, but I remember that it's fairly reasonable to get them printed. It's all at cost. It's at cost for what they would normally get charged to do that. Since they do it so often, they print so many things. Just listed things. Oh, these are cool too. Same thing. Postcards, door hangers. Buyer presentation. Also build out one of those because that's important. It's following the same steps that you did in the listing presentation. Lead generation. We kind of talked about this with the Facebook ads, but you can create certain things around it. So Facebook ads, you can do events and stuff like that. So here's a flyer, which you can do, postcards. I like this one though. I like this design a lot. I think it looks really cool. It's kind of busy, the borders anyway, but it looks pretty cool. You can also design a business card within here.
Hmm.
You want to. And you'll notice this little icon. See how it says 2 and it has layers?
Yeah.
It's front and back, right? So it's letting you know that there's more than one face to it.
Mhm.
I like it. Just some more business card.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And you just send these to a printer? I mean,
You can upload, so like if you want to get these done via, oh, what's that really popular one online? Vistaprint? Yeah.
Vistaprint, yeah.
Yeah, you can upload this to Vistaprint, and Vistaprint can get these all done for you
oh, cool.
if you wanted to go that route.
Yeah.
The one thing that I want to recommend, though, if you're going to use one of these and use a photo that you have of yourself, make sure that it's very high res,
Very what?
meaning high resolution.
High res.
Yep, high res. That way it prints out clearly. If you put in something that's too small, it'll print pixelated. Yeah, so you don't want that. You can also do letterheads. How cool is this? You can do letterheads. So if you like sending, handwritten letters or anything like that for people, thank you kind of things, you can
Print
use
off the
this,
printer. Huh. Nice.
right?
Yeah.
I like it. I love this a lot. You can print out this letter. I've used it before.
Can you do note cards in here as well?
You can do, I think so, yes. I think in the bifold area, you could just manipulate one of those.
You know what I mean? Like, if you want to send a card out with
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think you could, manipulate one of these to suit that purpose for you.
Oh, a bifold.
Right, so
Or
these-
postcard. What is that postcard?
this
Okay.
one right here.
Uh-huh.
So you can use any of these for any purpose. It doesn't have to be for this, what it says.
You can,
This is just a template.
and does that have front and back too, right?
Yeah, the postcards do have front and back.
Uh-huh.
Here's the client love stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you cards,
There you go.
standard postcards.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
So I like them. I like these. I really like the bifolds. I think I like this one a lot. I might start using this one.
Have you printed those out on your own? On your own? Can you print it on your
I
own?
have not tried to print this out on my own. Let's see, what does it say? Thanks for all that you do. Okay. Obviously, that's just a little template. Make it say whatever you want it to say.
Okay.
It's all editable,
Nice.
right?
Or just print out the front and back, and then you can handwrite the inside if you can print it.
Yeah, you should be able to download this. Yeah, there's a download button right here,
Okay.
right? And you'd want it to be at the highest quality possible. And then you would get this sent off and see if TSA can get that printed for you. Yeah, I need 100 of these. How much is that going to cost me, right? And then just have them on your desk and ready to send,
Okay.
right? So you have a consultation with somebody, you have a conversation with somebody, you work with an agent that you really liked and you want to thank them for the awesome transaction you just had. You can use this to send to them, which I think is cool. And you can personalize this. Like, it doesn't have to be this. That's what I like about it. It doesn't have to just be like this. So for this side here, I don't want it zoomed in. I want it zoomed out. Check. And page is done. There we go. You can add more information, right? If I wanted to add images, I can. Here's my library. Here's my face. I'm going to throw this right here. Make that smaller, obviously. And then I can add text to this. Here's my library stuff. I'm going to add my name. Right. Simple things like that. Of course, this isn't the size that I want to do it or in the format, but the point is you can manipulate this however you see fit. Pretty awesome, right? Cool.
Yes.
Well, I know this has been gone. This has already been an hour and a half of your time. I hope this has been a pretty cool,
Yeah.
backup part here.
Just have to get in there and play with it.
Yeah, get in there and play with it. Larry, I really appreciate your time and getting this going, man. Thank you for covering.
Sure thing.
Really do appreciate it. And yeah, just keep trucking, man. You're gonna learn a lot more. Trust me, there's more to come. And pretty soon, we'll have you teaching your own classes here. Because does everybody know that Larry is the tech ambassador out at 861? Yep, he's.
Are you?
I'm sorry?
I didn't know that. Are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Basically, after this month has been the Zoom stuff online and getting this kind of basis started, but clearly everybody's going to continue to need help, not only with this kind of stuff that we're talking about today, designs and so on, but also with the DocuSign stuff and the compliance issues. So at the moment, I'm talking with the office about setting up set days at KLP, the Kolb office, where I'm just there for people to drop in and ask questions. Can you help me show me this? Let's try and do some one-on-one stuff where you can literally be the one moving the mouse, clicking, doing the stuff that you need to do to learn it. So that's one of the next steps, and then get called on to help like today and stuff like that. Again, I'm still not as adept at this as I should be to be a full-on trainer, but I'm trying to help people at least move beyond where they are.
So are you
All
doing
come with
what
detail.
Stephanie was doing before then?
I'm sorry?
Are you doing what Stephanie was doing before? Wasn't she doing something like this too?
I'm not sure. Yeah, Stephanie.
Prez. I don't know if she's not there anymore. I have no idea.
I don't know exactly.
I don't think we've had anybody at KW for when Heather was full time at KW. She was our tech person, but when they moved to JV, it kind of left a hole over there.
Right.
Yep, and COVID happened, and then I filled that hole for a while.
Yep.
And then we got Larry.
All right, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thanks for the extra time, Jesse.
You got it.
Yep.
Take care, everybody.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.